Winston pops on in for a lemonade.
Winston was here earlier. He had a couple of drinks. He may now be drunk and disorderly on the streets, but I doubt it. But Tracy Martin's here, actually. So, hello, Tracy. How are you?
And I'm drinking.
You're not drunk and disorderly, though, are you?
I'm not, and I'm definitely not going on the street that way.
The finer points of this policy, we haven't really nutted that out, have we?
Well, we have. It's fairly clear. You can't be drunk and disorderly and aggressive towards people, or you'll be arrested.
What's drunk and what's drunk and disorderly?
Okay, so drunk and disorderly is where you're intimidating people, you're vomiting into the pavement.
Sometimes you just can't help, a little. It's not your fault that if you've had a few beers and a couple of bad oysters, then suddenly.
Okay, so that's not drunk and disorderly. That's food poisoned and disorderly. Is that what you're talking about?
They could look the same thing as what I'm saying to a policeman looking to rack up some tickets. I've gone out.
Rack up some tickets. Policemen wouldn't do that, Damien.
Oh, well, where do you come from?
Warkworth.
Yeah, exactly. Now, policemen in Warkworth notorious for that sort of carry on. What about? How do we have a? Is it a blow in the bag kind of thing? Maybe you need because otherwise it's one policeman's word against my word. I say,
no.
He says, "Sir, you are drunk and disorderly," and I say, "Piss off, you bastard."
Okay. Well, first of all, you're abusing an officer of the law, so that's the first thing. But it's obvious. It'll be obvious. It's not a blow in the bag sort of thing. If you are vomiting onto the street, if you are being aggressive towards others, if you are intimidating other people, you will be arrested.
But if I'm zigzagging down the footpath on Courtney Place, I'll be okay.
We will take you home because you're a lovely-looking young man.
Free taxi. You mean the police will take me home, or?
Well, look, they can call me. I'll take you home.
Wonderful,
Shall
thank you.
Damien,
I'm getting out of here. Wallace.
You can just keep on talking if you want to. Hey, it's not my show, Gee, blimey. Nice conversation there, didn't you?
It's good to know that if I'm ever out in Courtney Place, Tracy Martin will take me home. So
True. Hey, look, Louise, this is a good, solid, down-to-earth, everyone can understand it. If you're drunk, you're disorderly, $2,000 or a couple of months in jail, 3 months in jail. Good policy. What do you think?
No, definitely not.
Why
if
not?
you look at the alcohol reform package that we passed through the House, within 10 weeks of it being enacted, there was a 22% reduction in offending and violent offences within the changes that we've put in place.
And this would nudge it further.
So no, I don't believe this would actually add anything. And actually, I'd much rather that our police officers are focusing on the crimes that we worry about. If somebody's drunk,
Yeah, but it's the David, surely it's the broken glass thing. It's like the Mayor Giuliani thing in New York. Focus on the drunk and
Police
disorderlies.
I
just don't think it's going to be easy to enforce, first of all. And secondly, I actually think there's much better ways of enforcing drunkenness on the streets than going and locking them up and putting them in jail for 3 months. 3 months, it's $95,000 a year. Do the maths around that. It's a very expensive policy. It sounds good, but I just don't think you'll actually change anything.
All right, Eugenie, this sounds like a good Green Party policy, doesn't it?
No, not at all. But
No?
alcohol does do a huge amount of damage in our society and it influences our culture a lot. But the government had the opportunity with the Law Commission's really comprehensive report to act on that, and they haven't.
Well, you've heard of the reductions. You've heard, Louise, of the reductions.
But what they didn't do was tackle how alcohol is sold, how it's advertised, and the level of alcohol when you're convicted of drink driving. So we need to bring down those levels to be more in line with other countries. We need to control alcohol advertising and controls around where alcohol is sold. And local councils are beginning to do that, but they are going to be challenged by the alcohol industry.
And on this, are you not isn't the big part of that, actually, when you go down Courtney Place, making it a safe space for people?
Yes.
Drunk, you talk to taxi drivers, they don't go down there anymore because it's too drunk and disorderly.
Yeah.
So Winston Peters looks at those people when he has a lemonade at the Hummingbird, and he looks at the window, has a fag, and go, all you guys get locked up.
No, but that's not the answer. It's actually dealing with how alcohol is sold, the price of alcohol, and advertising and sponsorship.
All right.
When we put up the price of tobacco, smoking declined.
What about you, Damien? Have you ever been drunk?